Now on YouTube, welcome to another video. Today's video is the MR2 video that I told you about in a previous vlog. The MR2, this is, if you've not watched the video before, because I know there's some people that do, you are genuinely watching this video for the first time. Hello, nice to meet you, I'm Dan. This is my K20 MR2 that's got a Honda engine in the back of it, and it's really good when it works, but it's been a bit fiddly. And I kept thinking of selling it, and every time I think about selling it, something usually breaks on it. So yeah, today we're fixing one of those things that we noticed that was broken. So I did a little inspection on the car about a week or so ago and found that a lot of the clips and the radiator hoses kind of around the front of the car, because obviously with the engine being in the back and the radiator being in the front, there's quite a lot of pipes and things that join things together. A lot of them look corroded, look like they're probably the original ones that have been on the car forever. So what we're going to do today is strip it all off, see what needs replacing and replace it. I don't think we'll be doing the job end to end today. This is probably going to be stage one, where we'll just be like stripping it off, having a look, see what the crack is. And then probably in another video, probably the next one after this one, we'll probably be putting it all back together and going for a test drive and seeing that it all works, hopefully. So, but yeah, stage one. So car's ready to go up on the ramp right now. So I get the car up. I'll show you the area again where it was, where it looked to be leaking at least, and you can see some of the corroded clips. And then we'll start taking things off. And yeah, I imagine we'll probably find some other shit that needs replacing as well, but we'll not do it until we get it in the air and have a look. So let's do that. Right, so the car's up in the air, as you can see. Problem areas. So anything from here forwards we're going to be looking at. So it's all the pipes, everything up to the radiator underneath this bit of trim, which I've never had off. So I might find some goodies under there, you never know. Just had a bit of an accident, so I have to try and sort this out first. But right, so I got all my tools cleaned up and I got that tray off, and it was a bit of a pain, to be honest. I got all the shit in my eyes, which is not what I like, but I can see loads more things. Just get that round. There we go. So yeah, I've not seen under here before. Don't think anyone has, to be honest. Looks like that's not been off for a while, but yeah, it looks all right. So I mean, that gives us access onto all of these pipes now, so we can see where they come up, come through, go into this hard pipe here and into the radiator. And if you look, well, we've already found one that looks like it's fucked. I mean, this is what the clip looks like on this side that was leaking. So our job today is to just pull all these off, drains the coolant, make sure the hoses don't need replacing, because I'd rather not replace the hoses, but I mean, we'll have a good look at them, make sure none of them are torn or anything like that. And it's going to be replacing the clips, because those clips are starting to go, as you can see here. This is the main reason why we've got all this in pieces, or we're going to have it all in pieces, is because of this one clip that was leaking. And I might try and bleed it off them. I don't know if I really want to touch these. They're definitely bleed valves, but they look a bit crusty, and I think if we use them then we might regret it. But I'm going to try it anyway, in the interest of science. Right, well, my pal on the right hand side, he was nice and free on this side, but this one's proper tight, and I'm doing it with the ratchet. It's not too tight, but it's just, I mean, I'm gonna have to get a bit of a handle on it just to get it out. So I'm a bit worried that the threads might be fucked, and that'll be quite bad. So maybe we'll leave that one and see how much we can get out of this one. Oh, there you go. Well, that was a pain in the ass. Absolutely loads came out of here, so I'm not sure if there's like a valve here or something, or a thermostat or something, but there's not a lot coming out of there. But as soon as I got this off, which was a pain, it was stuck so tight like these pipes do when they get stuck around the metal. Once I got that freed off, it fucking absolutely chucks shit out everywhere. And every time it splashes in here as well, it gets me in the face. So my face is like all coolanted up at the minute, which is nice. Okay, we're making some good progress. Got some bits off, but I've also been majorly shafted by two bolts. That hard pipe that I just showed you connects to the body just on the front subframe up here. And yeah, both the bolts that were holding that hard pipe on, they started coming out and then they just ripped off. So if I want to put that hard pipe back on, we're gonna have to fix those bolts. So, you know, like anything working on an old car, you start one thing and then, you know, it barrel rolls into another. Apart from that, we've found some good shit bits anyway. Plenty of shit on these clips at least. And this is pretty funky as well. This was, just turn that down a bit. So this is quite funky. I always wondered what this was because I could see it when I was under the car a few times. I was like, why has it got one of these temperature sensors on it? So it was plugged into nothing, so it's going nowhere. But obviously someone's installed this at some point, and as you can see, there's been quite a bit of coolant leaking out of that as well. There's quite a lot of residue all over the shop. So I'm not sure what's going on here. I'm pretty sure this pipe should go all the way there. I'm not sure why there's two bits of joiners on there. The pipe on the other side looks all right. It needs a bit of cleaning up, but it's not torn or anything, so we're all good. It's probably pretty crusty around there, but yeah, I think it'll be all right. We'll give it a clean up and see what it looks like after. So it's all come off, but it's just come off not in the ideal way with them bolts snapping. So I'll have to fix them. This one will be nice and easy because you obviously can get to that, but the other one's in there. So it's going to be a twat to get to. It's right, it's just there where my finger is, if you can see. So yeah, not too happy about that, but these things happen. So the reason I ended up taking this off with the hard pipe on was because all this was connected, and there was one of these clips was just pointing the wrong way and I couldn't quite get it off. So I thought, you know what, we'll take it off in a wanna. And there was a little clip coming off here as well, which is a bit rusty and needs fixing. But yeah, I thought it'd be nice and easy taking it off in a one goer, but unfortunately we've got those fucking bolts to fix now. So one of the things I noticed on this car recently was that the radiator fan wasn't working, and it's got a little button. I think it's the lock windows button or something like that. There's a button that one of the previous owners has wired in to be the radiator fan. That probably was done when the engine was converted, because it is a bit of a twat to get the automatic engagement of the fan on the K-swap. A lot of people just put a button in. I did the same on my DC. Oh no, I didn't. I never ran a radiator fan on my DC2. That's a lie. But a lot of people on K-swaps, they put the radiator fan into a switch, into a button. I'm pretty sure with the Honda ECU you can wire it in from that, but this car originally didn't have one. It just had the standard EP3 ECU, which is probably why the previous owner didn't make the radiator fan come on automatically. So it's on a switch, but it's not doing anything. And I've not had a multimeter for a little while. And one of the things I mentioned the other day is that Mick's Garage, I'm going to turn this down a little bit, that Mick's Garage are helping me out with the car and a few bits. So I've got my coolant, and I've also got fucking brand new multimeter, boys. Look at that. This stuff like this really makes me happy, knowing that there's a company out there that want to support me doing this rubbish, and you know, they want to give me a multimeter to work on my car, which is nice. So we're gonna have to look at the electrics, but as I said in the previous video, I need to do a little plug for Mix, because you know, they're still keen to help me, and the only way that they're going to continue to help me is if, you know, they see something out of it as well. And the way that they see something out of it is if people go onto Mix Garage, order some bits, put my discount code in, which is DannyDC2, and you get, I think it's about 10%, or I think it varies on items, but you get a bit of discount. And they've literally got fucking all sorts on the website. They've got tools and parts, and most of my tools, like all the Draper kits that I've got and the little impact driver and all that, that's all from Mix Garage. Like, I've got so many bits from my cars over the past couple of years that I've been working with Mix. There's a lot of people up here, like my friend here, who's Mr. Skyline, that's his other car. He's had loads of bits for this van from Mix Garage, and yeah, if you've got a van, have a look. But you know, it's just one way. I don't shove much down my subscribers' throats when it comes to advertising and shit like that. I don't have anything going on myself with any brands or anything like that. I don't, you know, Hybrid Racing and Mix Garage have helped me out over the years. So yeah, I just needed to mention it again, because it's been a while. I had a bit of a break from making videos, and then I've come back into it. And I've not really been pushing the plug. And since all the guys are so sound with me, I don't mind at all. And basically what I'm trying to say is, I wouldn't be doing this if I didn't think it was right. You know, there's a lot of, I get a lot of emails with people wanting to work with me and people wanting to promote things on my channel, and most of the time I just don't reply because I'm a bit of a bastard. So sorry about that if you've emailed me, because I usually just don't reply, because I'm just like, I know that if I give you an inch, you'll take a mile, so I usually just fucking leave it. But yeah, Mix Garage, check it out, .com. They're based in Ireland, but the warehouse is in Barnsley. It's actually in Goldthorpe, which is right near where I grew up. So yeah, check them out if you want to get some bits. That's my plug. Yeah, check it out. And then if you do want to buy something from Mix Garage, put my code in, and then they can see that this is worth it for them and I get more stuff. So that's great, that, isn't it? That's how it'll work. So, you know, throw us a rope. Next time you're buying something, just check it out. Yeah, that's all I can say. But back to the MR2, I don't know, I need to have a little sit down and think, because it has pissed me off when the first one went, and I was like, oh, the second one's going to go in it, but I'll just be really steady. And I was like, no, Dan, leave it in. But I was like, no, I want to take it off. And I've taken it off, and it's done that, which... I'm just going to keep moaning about it for a bit, and then I'll continue with the video and get some more work done. Just give me 5 minutes. Now then, guys, it's not often that I go away for 5 minutes and actually get some fucking shit done, but I tell you, I've got some shit done. I'm going to turn the camera around and show you what I've done. I'm semi-proud of myself. Let's go. Okay, well, the big giveaway is that the suspension's off on this side, isn't it? But if we go underneath, now, you'll see we've got a fucking nut in there. Not bad, eh? Look, threads and everything. It is slightly bigger than the one that was in there before. This is an M8 nut, but yeah, what I've decided to do is, I thought these two were the most concerning. There's the other one just there. Certainly for, you know, the evenings work that we've been doing today, I thought I want to fix this. So what I've been doing is just basically drilled it out with it's like a small drill bit up to a bigger one, up to a 7.5 in this case, and then just what metal was left there from the drill going through, you know, pushing the metal apart. I just made some threads out of that. And yeah, well happy with that. It worked really well here. I did this one first because I could get nice and easy access. And then on this side, because the suspension was in the way quite a lot, I've had to remove quite a bit. And I was trying to get this ball joint off for ages and it just didn't want to know. So I left that be and then just took the suspension away from its mounting points on the inside of the body. And then I was able to rotate that round and get in. So I've only just started on this side pretty much. I've got the 2.5mm, well, I actually did the first bit of drilling here with it all intact, but then when I went to put a bigger drill bit in, obviously the drill got a bit longer and I couldn't get in behind the hub, so I thought, well, I'm gonna have to take this apart, aren't I? So yeah, that's where we're at now. So but roll bar came off first because I thought, oh, maybe get enough room with the roll bar off. So I took the roll bar off, but then still not enough room, so the hub needed moving out of the way. And the best way I could think to do that was to get those two mounting points there. So yeah, I'm just on with this one at the minute. So I've drilled it out with a 3.5mm, I think. I'm going to go up to a 5 and then a 7.5, and then I'm going to put my M8 tap through there. It's just an M8, regular M8 125, just a normal bolt. It's probably a 13mm head, so JDM gods will be crying a bit, but you know, at least I can bolt that thing back in. The holes on the actual hard pipe itself, we'll have to make them slightly bigger because they're just for a M6 bolt at the minute, but there's plenty of meat on it, so we can make them a bit bigger, just enlarge them slightly. I'm just going in with a tap now, so I've done my 7.5mm drill and I'm just going with the M8 tap. I slip with the drill slightly, and this corner here, it's going to be egg-shaped there, but it's kind of difficult because the arm's on an angle, as you can see. Like that's about straight, and as you can see, we're at a bit of an angle, so but yeah, it's going quite easy. I don't think there's as much material on this one as there was the first one, because it took no time at all to get through that. But let's see if it'll take a bolt there, because it's done that already. It's really loose. Oh, bollocks. No worries, I can get it out by hand, look. It's certainly not the cleanest job in the world, but we've got some threads. Let's see if the bolt will go in. Oh, that's a bit sticky, but oh, it's taking it. Look at that. Yeah, it was a bit fiddly at the start, like I thought it would, but once it was on the right path, it's golden. Look at that. Beautiful. Now the clamping force for this isn't that great. You're only holding the hard pipe on, which, you know, it can probably hold itself on with all the tension off the pipes anyway. I think you're just kind of locating it with these, but it's better to have them to not have them. Fucking have it. Right guys, so I've just got all my suspension back together. It took a little bit longer than 2 minutes, but it wasn't that bad. Obviously everything just went back where I put it, so I want to make sure I got it back together just now because I didn't want to be leaving it in too many pieces. These bits, I'm pretty sure I can fathom out a couple of pipes where they go, but just make sure we've got all that back together, and really happy with the job. It wasn't perfect on the second one that I did, the one that I filmed. The first one was a lot better, but it was a lot easier to get to, so that was a practice run, and I thought I'll show them this time. But, you know, it wasn't perfect, but it'll be fine. And it's got the other one, which is, you know, strong enough at least. So I'm sure both those bolts will hold the hard pipe on just fine. This hard pipe right here. I've just been going through my assorted clips. You know, having cars for a few years, you end up with loads of little clips and shit. Radiator clips is what I'm referring to, and I've not got what I need to put it back together just now. So this is going to be a two-part video. I don't think there was any doubt that this was going to be a two-part video, certainly on my part anyway. But yeah, we just need to get rid of all these rusty, shitty clips, clean everything up, hopefully find out what this sensor is, whether it's needed. Maybe it's the OEM sensor and it's not being used anymore, but I don't know, it looks aftermarket to me. Just going by the plug and things, but I don't know, it's not connected. And the temperature sensor is actually read out of one of the pipes on the engine, so you know, I know where the sensor is for the coolant temperature, so this one literally is doing nothing. So, anyway, I'm going to end the video, so I'm going to go tomorrow probably, get some clips. I've just been measuring up how big they need to be. It's about 45 mil, if you're curious, the outer diameter. So yeah, need to get some clips. All mine were just a bit too small for that, so no joy. But I'll get some clips. We'll put some coolant in the car, we'll bleed it, and then we'll take it for a test drive, because I've not driven it for a while since it started playing up a little bit. I've been a bit worried to drive it, just especially when I found that it was leaking a bit of coolant. I thought, oh, I need to settle those concerns and then we'll go for a blast. So this weekend hopefully we'll be able to go for a blast in the MR2, but I just need to finish this and yeah, we'll test it out. I'm excited. We also need to fix that radiator fan, or at least investigate it. Actually, I might do that before I go, just myself, I just need to see if it's getting any power to the switch, and then I'll know if I need to buy a new motor or if it's wiring or something like that. But I'll tell you what, we'll cover that next time, because I can't really be arsed. It's getting a bit late and I'm going to pack up and go home. But it's been a good night, so I hope you've enjoyed watching the video. I hope I've covered everything reasonably well. And yeah, I'll see you in the next one. We'll be continuing on this. I ordered the paint for the DC2, by the way. I just got loads of rattle cans. Well, I say loads, I've only got 4, which might not be enough, but it hopefully will be enough to do the front engine bay, well, the front bit of the engine bay that we primered in the previous video, and then the roll cage. Hoping it'll be enough, but yeah, I thought we'll try it. If not, we can order some more, can't we? That's all we need to do. So yeah, plenty of stuff still to come, and I'll see you in the next time. See you in the next time. That's a good way to end it. Goodbye.